some excuse to celebrate. So now you have an excuse. And what we're going to do, most of this festival, what we're going to do is I asked the devotees who are working with me to make videos of their service. So it's going to be a glorification of their service. So rather than just a glorification of me, we can glorify all of them, and hopefully they get inspired by what they're doing. And we also had many projects which I wanted to speed up. So I told them finish it by my Vyasa-Puja, because otherwise it would have gone on for 3 yugas. So that was also part of it, but it's a nice mood, and I think it'll be inspiring for everyone. And now I want to tell you about this picture. There's what do they call it? What do they call it? Backstory, yeah. There's 2 backstories. The first backstory is why everyone's laughing. So I'm not going to tell you that yet. I'm going to tell you the backstory behind the backstory. So, as you know, we're and he's dancing like this. And right where the picture is cut off, that's where I am, or right behind the other person. Like I know exactly where I was. I can't forget where I was. It's sketched in my memory, and not sketched, it's etched. Etched. Worse than etched, it's carved. Yeah. And I was like, where am I? Every time I see the picture, it's like, I'm going to show up in the picture, and I'm not there. So this went on like for years. Click, 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 click. Oh, there's the picture, Prabhupada. Where am I? You're not in it. The wrong angle. So it's like, and I was thinking, Krishna knows that I'm proud, so he's saying, you're not going to be in any pictures with Prabhupada. It's like, I really wanted, there I am with Prabhupada. Look, that's me and Prabhupada, right? So that was going on year after year after year. Like I'd see the picture and I go, I was there. I was like right behind, but they cut me off. And this picture probably is one of the most viral pictures of Prabhupada. It just shows up everywhere. It's in the Hare Krishna, the one that Yadavar did. It's like everywhere. So I went from infamy to viral fame overnight. So Krishna fulfilled my desire. I was like, I want a picture with me and Prabhupada. I want to be seen. So that's the backstory behind the backstory. That somehow Krishna fulfilled that desire. And Srila Prabhupada encouraged book competition and book distribution. And so all the leaders, the different zones, were competing amongst one another. And one devotee, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he was like born, he came out competitive out of the womb. And he just like, if he didn't defeat anybody, he's just like, I'd have a heart attack. He's just like, couldn't live with himself. So this is on the beach in Santa Monica. If you know anything about California, there's a pier in Santa Monica, and it's just north of the beach. I surfed all those beaches. I can tell you what every grain of sand looks like on those beaches. So this is my backyard where Prabhupada used to go walking. And so so we're walking on the beach, and one devotee was saying, all over South America, in all these places where we don't have temples, people have our books because they're getting the books at the airports and different places. And so Prabhupada was saying, so Rameshwar, because Hridayananda Maharaj was the GBC in South America, and Rameshwar was glorifying him. Just see the preaching of Hridayananda Maharaj. Books are being distributed everywhere in South America. And Prabhupada said, don't speak so loudly, tomorrow we'll have a heart attack. And then everybody started laughing. And that's the picture. That's what I remember anyway. Memories are faulty. I don't know. So where's the camera? Is it over there? That's the camera? I'm supposed to look over there. Yeah. So we were just waiting for all of you to come. And we were just basically shooting the breeze, more or less. So here we are. So I don't really know the program, so I'm waiting for Radha Priya because she always tells me what to do. So she's going to tell me now what to do. Okay. Fantastic. So Dinanath Prabhu. We're waiting for you. Dinanath Prabhu's in Chennai.
I'm presently in Pune. My humble
We're not
obeisance
hearing
is...
anything. I'll have to hold on till then.
Am I audible in Alachua?
Yeah, now you are. Now you are. Yeah, you're more than audible. You're blasting.
Okay, let me
Okay.
this. Hare Krishna, Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees. I'll start with the short prayers and then we move over to some offerings. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Guruve Chitti Cheshtabhyam Mahatma Prabhave Sada Tat Prabhu Bhava Rupaya Kirtana Ladadaine Namas Tattva Prakashaya Bhaktanam Tat Parayacha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamam vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam.
It's 3:30 in the morning there in India?
It's 4:30, Guru Maharaj.
Okay. Samsara Davana Lalila. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's Mangalarti time, Brahma Muhurat time. So I am Dinanath Das from Chennai, but presently in Pune, and along with Radha Priya Mataji, Gaura Priya Mataji, and the Vyasa-Puja team, will try to take you through the proceedings of this program. In this gathering of all the exalted devotees, both physically present in Alachua as well as online, I don't think I'm qualified to do the service. In case I commit any mistakes or offenses, I do beg your forgiveness. So before we start, first and foremost, I offer my respectful, humble obeisances to our Guru Maharaj on this auspicious day of his Vyasa-Puja celebrations. To follow the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, and to uplift fallen souls like us, Guru Maharaj appeared in this material world on the Panchami Tithi of Krishna Paksha, which in the English calendar or in the solar calendar, it turns out to be 5th of May 1950. And as per the lunar calendar, we are celebrating the Vyasa-Puja celebrations today.
在1950年的时候呢 ，Guru Maharaj 显现于世，
Whoa.
所以呢，我们
We're not supposed to hear that.
今天呢，然后在这样的一个吉祥的日也庆祝这个节日。
They have to sort out the Chinese. Yeah. Anyway, you can continue.
So as we all know, Srila Vyasadeva was the literary incarnation of Lord Krishna. Srila Vyasadeva appeared as the son of Parashar Muni and his wife Satyavati with the mission to divide the Vedas into various branches and sub-branches so that people can more easily understand them. Srila Prabhupada says, Actually, there is no difference between hearing directly from Krishna and hearing directly from Krishna via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasadeva. Therefore, according to the Vedic system, on the birthday of spiritual master, the disciples conduct the ceremony called Vyasa-Puja. So on this auspicious day of our beloved Guru Maharaj's Vyasa-Puja, it's so wonderful to have the association of all the devotees from various countries across the world. And my humble obeisances to you all who have joined in today. And a very, very Krishna conscious welcome to you all. We have His Grace Janmashtami Prabhu, who is online. So Janmashtami Prabhuji has been the Sankirtana leader in several temples and also national Sankirtana leader in USA and a very avid book distributor. He has served as the temple president of Denver. In 1997, Prabhuji moved to Mayapur and founded the Mayapur Institute. And from the year 2000 till 2009, Prabhuji served as its director. Prabhuji is now fully involved in curriculum development, teaching, preaching, and Vaishnava Seva. I request His Grace Janmashtami Prabhuji for his offerings for Guru Maharaj. Someone can please unmute Janmashtami Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. My obeisances, Vanchakalpatrubhyascha, Kripasindhubhya Pachapatitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So I'll just dive into it because I've got a limited amount of time to speak. But about a year ago, I was about to teach for the first time in, I guess about 9 or 10 years. And I had a conversation with Mahatma Prabhu about how to do it. I kind of felt a little bit overwhelmed by the tasks. And then he described to me how, of course, I'm an avid reader of japa affirmations. So every day before I start my japa, I read an affirmation. And he described how since the pandemic, he has so many more requests for devotees to be his disciples. And he said, I feel a little bit overwhelmed by that. It's like it's grown so much. So from the heart, he's praying to Krishna for empowerment to do the service. And it's obvious to me that the service, that his prayer is being heard by Krishna. Now, I'm going to reference from Adi Lila, chapter 7, text 83 purport, where when one comes to the platform of offenseless chanting the holy name, he becomes eligible to make disciples all over the world, which is what's happened. And one who's actually advanced, this is also from the purport, in the fulfillment of chanting the holy name, one who's actually advanced induces others to chant also. Now, I personally feel empowered to chant by the japa affirmation I read every day. And I got so much of Mahatma Prabhu's association when he came to Mayapur. We were going on morning walks, and it was really very, very, very powerful experience for me. And one of the things that Mahatma Prabhu was saying when I could almost hear it at the beginning when the audio wasn't working, is he wanted to hear about the services of the devotees, not just glorification of himself. So one service that I've been doing for Mahatma and for Lord Chaitanya Sankirtan movement is distributing japa affirmations. And I think I've crossed the 800 mark, in the last year and a half. So
if you distribute 1,000, you get a free gulab jamun.
Okay, all right. I was hoping for like 5 burfis, but I'll take the gulab jamun too.
Okay, yeah. So that should keep you motivated.
Okay, I'll keep going with it. but I gotten remarkable feedback from the devotees that, like during the Gorpanim festival, this last one that we had, I'd given out a lot of them the year before, and devotees are coming up to me. I don't even recognize them because, they haven't seen them in a year, and a lot of them I don't really know. I just came up to them and said, John Masterman, this book changed my life. And so that's also encouraging for me, like the glubjaments, dangled in front of my nose. Kali Kalera Dhamma, Krishna Nam Sankirtan, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartana. That's Antya 7:11. And one can't propagate the Sankirtan movement unless he's empowered to do so. So that empowerment, how does it come? Now, I was just reading there's the 26 qualities of devotees, of a devotee. That's from Sanatan Shiksha in the Madhya Lila chapter 22. And it's very close to the 20 items of knowledge in the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And then there's an interesting quote, or the interesting couple sentences Prabhupada puts in the purport. As for actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have a test to see how far he's progressing. You can judge by these items. So, how does that come about? Just by very vigorously coming to the platform of chanting offenselessly. And, I know I attended one online japa retreat that Mahatma Prabhu conducted. And he said something, not in some kind of a proud way, but because he's been involved in so many japa retreats and he's written so much about it and he's speaking about it all the time. He said, it's in my DNA, kind of how to chant from the heart, go out of the mind and into the heart. So that's where the empowerment comes from. And along with that empowerment, comes these good qualities. And this is something that I noticed in the time that we were together when he came to Mayapur during his classes and us on the morning walks. I'm sorry I had to say this, but it is true, and it set as kind of a standard for me to come to. And that's that, like just some of the beginning qualities. It's from that the verse, that in Chaitanya, Sanatan Shiksha, merciful, humble, truthful, equal to all, and merciful. Like we were walking out to Jagannath Mandir, and Muhammad said, let's go in here, and there's like this family that lives in these little huts. And we went there, and he actually got the Mataji to lead us in chanting the holy name. And it was quite far out. And then when we get to Jagannath Mandir, then he asked one of his disciples to bring over one of the workers there that's cleaning the lawn. And he's just offering his appreciation for that. So I think my 6 minutes is up, but that's what I
think it was up 6 minutes ago. Anyway.
Oh, okay. That's one of my problems. I talk too much. All right. Hare Krishna.
John Masterman, I'll get back at you someday.
Okay.
When we have so many devotees, and we'll glorify you. I'll pay you back.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank you so much, Janmashtami Prabhuji. As I mentioned, Prabhuji is an avid book distributor, and that shows, it reflects in that he has distributed 800 Japa Affirmations book, and we are looking forward to crossing 1,000. I would now request His Holiness Hridayananda Goswami Maharaj. Hridayananda Goswami Maharaj is a senior guru, spiritual leader, and sannyasi in ISKCON. Maharaj has a PhD in Sanskrit and Indian studies from the Harvard University. He founded Krishna West to help facilitate ISKCON's outreach to Western audiences. And I think this year also marks his 50th anniversary as a sannyasi in ISKCON. Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances, and I would request you to please say your offerings for Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Okay, I'm unmuted. HDG Unchained. So, first of all, my sincere congratulations, greetings to my old buddy, Mahatma Prabhu. We are upholding the honor of Beverlywood, Los Angeles. Mahatma and I come from the same neighborhood, same little community. And so I would like to, of course, I've told some of these stories over and over again, so probably you're gonna be in pain if I tell the same stories again, but Mahatma was always a very good devotee, Mahatma Prabhu. I mean, everyone knows he's very talented. He, great singer. I think your recording of the Chintamani prayers is, I think it's my favorite of all the Chintamani recordings. And I used to preach to him. Of course, I never really charged anything, but you know, maybe it's not too late. But yeah, I used to preach to him. I arranged a Bhagavad Gita class for our Berkeley temple to be given on campus, and it was a typical ISKCON program where the first meeting back, at least for those days, back in those days, you know, 50 or 60 students would come, and the second meeting, maybe 20, 25 would come. And the third meeting, well, you can just continue that ratio. And then it got down to just two. What's that?
Three were left. Two of us became devotees.
Yeah.
But I think it started with like 150.
Yeah, so it shows the remarkable ability of ISKCON preachers to reduce the numbers of people coming. So anyway.
Cualquier forma.
Exactly. So Mahatma Prabhu, I remember I used to talk to him about the classes, and I remember he asked me some questions, and for some reason it's really stuck in my mind. One time we were talking, and I was explaining how this world's a perverted reflection of the spiritual world, sort of that little Neoplatonic touch to our philosophy. And yeah, I was thinking about this program coming up, and the words that kept coming to my mind are how proud I am of Mahatma Prabhu, because, you know, we're from the same tribe. And so, but he, you know, time is the great, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, that time is a great purifier and time is a great revealer, because we were young, you know, everyone was jumping up and down at kirtan, and everyone was, you know, enthusiastic and all that. But then Krishna says, time I am destroyer of the worlds, and time I am destroyer of the bhaktas. So, you know, as as time passes, we begin to see, you know, who's who. Whereas when we're all very young, everyone kind of looks the same funny haircut, and the same, you know, dress the same. Everyone's doing the same things. But then over time, those who are really advanced begin to manifest. And of course, that was the case of Mahatma. It's like a horse race. You know, everybody's kind of running together at the beginning, but then you start to see who's really going to win the horse race. So Mahatma, I'm especially, what's the word? Inspired by Mahatma's devotional service, because he has that rare, oh God, I gotta watch what I say, I'll get in trouble. But he does have a somewhat rare quality and that is, he actually has common sense. And anyway, you don't want to go too far on this point. I'm sure Mahatma knows what I'm talking about. So, but he's not only proven himself to be really a powerful preacher in his own way. You know, there's different preaching styles, and everybody doesn't use, histrionics like me, but Mahatma has shown that he's really an empowered preacher. And of course, the symptom of that is he's been able to inspire so many other Vaishnavas. And he's not fanatical, he's not dogmatic. He actually understands human beings, which is somewhat rare qualification. So he actually understands people, and he's able to be a strict devotee in his own practice, and completely faithful to Prabhupada, and yet really, build real bridges. The difference between Mahatma's bridges and other bridges are people actually cross his bridges. Please feel free to laugh. It's completely bona fide to laugh at my jokes. But some of these bridge programs in ISKCON, I call them the foot of the bridge programs, because people just go to the foot of the bridge and kind of, park their car there and never cross the bridge. It's like that old joke, why did the chicken cross the road? And the answer is to get to the other side. So why did the guests at the Hare Krishna program cross the bridge? To get to the other side. So I think Mahatma has a very good percentage where he not only creates a bridge, but he's able to get people to cross the bridge. And that's really, that's not ordinary. It's not that everyone does that. So, he's intelligent. He's intelligent, and he presents Krishna consciousness intelligently. And really gives people shelter. He's not just a charismatic figure that, kind of like, Gaudiya Vaishnav Elvis or something, but he actually knows how to train people. He knows how to deal with their personal problems, because if you don't have problems, you're not in the material world, or you're crazy if you think you don't. But so I've seen that because I've talked to a lot of people that work with Mahatma. So I think he's really an exemplary preacher. And, I think in his own way, he really is truly representing our tradition. Because if you look at the acharyas of previous ages, they actually knew how to bring people. They not only built a bridge, but as a bridge people could cross. And it wasn't just... So anyway, his experience and knowledge, whether it's in how to chant japa or human psychology, and so many things. So I feel very proud of Mahatma. I feel like he's one of the great success stories in ISKCON. And also he is a grihastha, which is why did I mention that? Well, because sannyasis always like to lord it over grihasthas. But apart from that, I think the real point here is that he's shown the proof of what Prabhupada and the Acharyas taught. There's that beautiful song, what is that? Gaurangera Duti Padam. I'm sure you know that song, Mahatma. Gaurangera Duti Padam. And so one of the sort of beautiful, powerful verses of that song is Grihe va bonete take. It doesn't matter if you are a grihastha or bonete take, if one is a renunciate. Literally, it says remains in the forest. And so forest, of course, stands for renunciation. It's kind of the symbol for renunciation. We have lots of symbols, just like we always hear about serving the feet of the guru. So someone that doesn't know our culture could think that to really make advancement, you have to become a pedicurist, and actually serve the feet of the guru. Of course, that's not the point. It's a symbolic thing. But of course, there's a lot of culture behind it. And similarly, bonete take, to remain in the forest, means renunciation, sort of stands for renunciation. So Mahatma, as a dutiful grihastha, he's raised a beautiful, intelligent daughter, and he's been a faithful, exemplary grihastha. And in that ashram, he's also been an exemplary guru. So I think that's a much needed example. And Prabhupada, there's one section in Prabhupada's teachings where he gives 3 symptoms of a first-class spiritual master. And I think that Mahatma actually, has a perfect bowling score there. He actually checks all those boxes, as they say, in that the three qualifications are that one understands the scriptures well, one has a strong knowledge of the Shastras, and number two, that one actually follows the Shastras, because you could be a very degraded but very learned scholar. So it's to know the Shastras, to follow the Shastras, and the third point is to be inclined to actually help others, because you can see if you take out any one of these, it doesn't work. For example, let's say a guru knows the Shastras very well, but doesn't practice them. It's like we have a problem. Or if someone knows the Shastra and practices them, but just doesn't want to preach, like, leave me alone, don't bother me. And it's one of those famous ISKCON cases where you write a letter to your guru and, with a lot of good luck, you may get an answer before you die. So the guru actually has to, be a preacher. The guru actually has to be a preacher, because he may have knowledge, he may be practicing, but he has to want to help other people. And Mahatma has shown that, I think, in an exemplary way, that he really has not only been an exemplary grihasta, with a very nice property, by the way, in Alachua, which I think is part of being an exemplary grihasta. And but he's also been an exemplary preacher, then an exemplary guru. So if let's say someone is practicing Krishna consciousness and wants to preach, but just doesn't understand the Shastra that well, that's also a problem. So because Mahatma knows the Shastra, he practices it, and he's devoted to teaching it to others, according to Prabhupada's definition, he's actually a first-class guru. So it's not some magical thing. I think it's very important, because the difference between a spiritual science and just some sort of wacko, devotee, is that if someone says, oh, my guru's a pure devotee because when he looked in my eyes and I got zapped, and then, I don't know, it's just like, it's silly. I mean, maybe it happened, but the problem there is that you can't build a spiritual science on that. You cannot build a spiritual science on purely private experiences. Any science, including a spiritual science, has to be built on measurable, verifiable claims. And so just for, let's say I have some crazy disciple that says, I'm the only one, like my, Charity is the only one, I would probably, try to get that person, mental health care. Because the point is, even if you make claims like that, and especially if a guru, frankly, if a guru is not very advanced, if he's a neophyte, he encourages or even tolerates stupid statements like that. Because the fact is that within the Hare Krishna movement, there are many, many excellent gurus, including Mahatma. So the three symptoms Prabhupada gave, namely to know the scriptures, to practice the scriptures, and to be a preacher, you can measure all those things. You can verify them. You can study a guru like Mahatma. You can say, does he know the scriptures? Does he practice them? Does he really want to help other people? Because those things are measurable, they're verifiable. Therefore, those are the foundations of the spiritual science. And it's on those terms, not silly, private claims about, my guru, the way he looked at me, or something like that. So anyway, so I congratulate Mahatma and all his disciples, and maybe someday we can take a job walk in Beverlywood. So thank you very much.
Where are you now?
I'm in a little university village, you could say, in the mountains between LA and Santa Barbara. It's sort of about 10, 15 minutes from Camarillo, sort of halfway to the ocean.
Is that where we visited you?
Yeah, it could be. You're welcome to come back.
That new university?
Yeah.
It's in Oxnard or Camarillo or in?
Oh God, Camarillo. Yes, and so we just finished the first volume of what I call Great Bharata. It's I feel it's fair to say it's Mahabharata like you've never imagined it before. And so no spoilers. So thank you.
Maharaj,
Yes.
I got a letter today, and devotee said, you and Hridayananda Maharaj are very similar. Your jokes are the same. That was his commentary.
Well, that proves we're both bona fide, right?
Yeah. You may be more bona fide than I am. I'm trying to catch up with my jokes.
Tell the same dad jokes. So anyway, I'll let other people speak, but again, I want to congratulate you, Mahatma Prabhu, and congratulate all the disciples that you really have found a first-class spiritual master. And I wish you all success. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for the wonderful glorification. It's always, wonderful for us to hear from senior devotees like you and Janmashtami Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. The next on the agenda is a very special video, which has been, I think, compiled by Krishna Jivani Mataji. And I would not say anything about it. Let's all see the video. Hare Krishna.
And when it was my turn, I was called up to Prabhupada's Vyasa-san. And then he didn't chant the whole mantra. What he did was chant word by word in my ear. Then after that, he took the thread and put it on my shoulder, and he patted me on the shoulder, and he was smiling. And I was thinking, this is encouraging. And I was feeling like he was happy that I'd become a Brahmin, and also perhaps felt that I was qualified, and that's why he was smiling and encouraging me. But I also felt that he was happy that he was making Brahmins, that he felt his movement was expanding, that now someone who had taken first initiation 6 months earlier was given Brahminical initiation because he was following the process was working. And I think this indicated to Prabhupada the future success of his movement, and I think that's why he was encouraged, and that's why he was smiling, that he felt that he's able to make Brahmins out of Westerners, and these Brahmins are needed in society to spread Krishna consciousness.
Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham. When you feel like the world has you down on the ground, and it's hard to face another day, when everywhere you look you can't find the answer, it's time to throw your hands up and say, Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham. And you look for meaning, and you look for love, but you're just not sure where they're found. Give an ear to your heart, turn your search within, your soul will awaken to this sound. Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham Radhe, Sham Sham. And as the light enters your heart, the whole world And you look for your problems, but they're no longer there because you've begun.
Okay, I have a question. Who is singing that? Oh my, I didn't know. Thank you. Leela Shakti's not here. It's too late, right? Tomorrow. Wow. Fantastic. You all,
She's here.
that song is open. Anyone can do their own version of it, remix, recording, as many as possible. Thank you. And Krishna Jivani did the video. Yeah, thank you. Where's Krishna Jivani? Somewhere on Zoom. There she is. Can you pin her so we can all see her? Thank you. The whole world sees you now, Krishna Jivani.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, happy.
Thank you for doing that. Hare Krishna. Jai. Hare Bol.
That was a wonderful video, also showing how Guru Maharaj has untiringly, tried to help fallen souls like us and uplift us in the path of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada quotes a very famous verse in many of his lectures, and this verse is also Guru Maharaj's one of his favorite verses. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyate kaita hi artha prakashante mahatmana. So Srila Prabhupada says this is the process, the Vedic process. One should have unflinching faith in God and spiritual master. We are observing Vyasa-Puja ceremony, the birth anniversary of our Guru Maharaj. Why? Because we cannot understand Krishna without a spiritual master. We receive perfect knowledge from Krishna through the agency of his bona fide representative spiritual master, an ever well-wisher who leads us on the way to the Lord. And we can never repay our debt to our spiritual master. But Vyasa-Puja is the day when we can worship our beloved Guru Maharaj and try to thank him for what we have received from him. Guru is as good as God. So today, let us all together celebrate our beloved Guru Maharaj's Vyasa-Puja in a mood of surrender and express our humble gratitude for his untiring efforts and causeless mercy in helping fallen souls like us on the path of Krishna consciousness. We would be having Abhishekam, Pushpanjali, and Guru Ashtakam. I would request Leela Shakti Mataji to recite the Hare Krishna mantra while the devotees in Alachua can do the Abhishekam, and those who are online can enjoy the blissful Abhishekam. Hare Krishna.
Leela Shakti, what time is it there?
It is 2:22 in the morning, Guru Maharaj. So I'm hoping that my neighbors take this as Krishna's special mercy that they hear a bit of kirtan. I wanted to do this at the temple, but unfortunately I'm in isolation, so it'll just have to be me and the kartals for today.
Well, Leela Shakti, you're empowered, so you don't need anybody else.
Oh, Krishna. All by your mercy, Guru Maharaj.
You're already empowered. You were an empowered musician before you met me, so maybe it got better, but Leela Shakti is, yeah.
Jai. Thank you, Maharaj. Please, everybody, don't be shy to sing along. I know it might be a bit of a lag in between, but let's all glorify Krishna together. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastachadeshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastachadeshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare everybody Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. His Grace Mahatma Prabhu ki jai, Srila
Hey,
Prabhupada ki jai.
hey.
Thank you for the honor, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So I'm just listening to what's next.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Leela Shakti Mataji, for the wonderful, blissful, soul-stirring, melodious kirtan. And thank you very much to all the devotees for the Charna Abhishekam and having a blissful darshan of Guru Maharaj's lotus feet remind me of one of the verses that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said in one of his songs in Sharnagati, song name is Ona Vaishnava Thakura, Ohe Vaishnava Thakura. Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara, Eda se Karuna Kori, Diya Pade Chaya, Shodo hi Amaya, Tomare Charana Dhuri. This means, O Venerable Vaishnava, O Ocean of Mercy, be merciful to your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. And I could see the devotees who were doing the Charnabhishek, they really did not want to let go of Guru Maharaj's lotus feet. It was so blissful for us to have the darshan of Guru Maharaj's lotus feet and the Charnabhishek.
Holding on to the lotus feet means holding on to the instruction. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Hare
Hare Krishna. We move over to Pushpanjali. I would request Janki Mataji to recite the prayers, and as she recites the Guru Maharaj's mantras, I would request the devotees to offer flowers. Those who are online can offer flowers to Guru Maharaj online. Hare Krishna.
She needs a microphone. You want to stand up, or you want to? You might have to. Why don't you? Probably you'll have to do a little job to get it out. Just pull it up. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada. Everything you offer me gets offered to Prabhupada.
Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Gurave Chaityachaistabam Mahatma Prabhu Sara Tat Prabhu Bhavarupaya Kirtanala Dadaine Namastatpa Prakashaya Bhaktanam Tat Parayacha Namom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve
Saraswati Deve,
Gauravani Pracharine
Devani Prachadine,
Nirvisesha Sunyavari
Visesa Sunyavadi,
Paschatyaresha Tarine
Satarine,
Pushpanjali 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 Jai Om Gyanti Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Shri Gurave Namaha,
Pushpanjali Pushpanjali Pushpanjali
Pushpanjali,
Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam
Chaitanya Manobishtam,
Stapitam Yena Bhutale
Apitam Yena Bhutale,
Swayam Rupam Karamayam
Swayam Rupa Gadamayam,
Tadati Swapadantikam
Dati Swapadantikam,
Pushpanjali Pushpanjali Pushpanjali
There's more flowers over there.
Vandeham Shri Guru
Neham Shri Guru,
Shri Yuta Parakamalam
Shita Parakamalam,
Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha
Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha,
Shri Rupam Sargajatam
Sansarjatam,
Sahagana Raghunathan Vitamtam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Krishna Chaitanya Devam,
Shri Radha Krishna Padan
Sri Radha Krishna Padam,
Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Pushpanjali 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 Namom Vishnu Padaya
Om Vishnu Padaya
Krishna Pristaya Bhutale
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Shrimate Bhaktivedanta
Srimate Bhaktivedanta
Swami Niti Namine
Swami Namine
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Namaste Saraswati Deve
Gauravani Pracharine
Gauravani Pracharine
Nirvisesha Sunyavari
Sunyavadi
Paschatya Shatarine
Asatari Satarine
Pushpanjali
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 Panchakalpa Tarubhyascha
Panchakapatarubhyascha
Kripa Sindhubhyo eva cha
Sindhubhyeva cha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Pushpanjali
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 Namo Mahavadanyaya
Om Mahavaranyaya
Krishna Prema Pradayate
Krishna Prema Pradayate
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya
Namne Gauratsvishe Namaha
Gaurakrishna Namaha
Pushpanjali Pushpanjali Pushpanjali
Pushpanjali
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate
Bando Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopika Kanta
Gopisha Gopika Kanta
Radha Kanta Namostute
Radha Kanta Namostute
Pushpanjali
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 Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Vishabhanu Sute Devi
Vishabhanu Sudhideni
Pranamami Hari Priye
Pranamami Hari Priye
Pushpanjali Pushpanjali
Pushpanjali
Pushpanjali
Pushpanjali
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Pushpanjali 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Pushpanjali Pushpanjali Pushpanjali
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare
Jai.
That was a unique Pushpanjali ceremony. Thank you. So, Dinanath?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. In another one of his songs in Sharnagati, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, "How has one such as I come to your shelter? Surely it is by your mercy alone, for you are the ever seeking, for you are ever seeking the purification and deliverance of the fallen souls. You are my only hope, for you are full of compassion and mercy. There is no one who needs your mercy more than I. You will surely drive away all fear." So seeking Guru Maharaj's mercy, requesting Nadia Mataji to recite the Guru Ashtakam, and the devotees in Alachua can do the Aarti, and those who are online can do the Aarti online. These are wonderful prayers to the Guru written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of the prominent acharyas in our Sampradaya. Hare Krishna.
Where's Damodar? You can mute me.
Mahaprabhu
All glories to, oh, we have sound again? Yes. Thank you to all the Kirtaniyas. Nadia, Giridhari-Puja, and Prahlad. Prahlad is the son of Janmashtami. And that was performed in our house in Mayapur. Makes us want to go back there.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Nadia Mataji and team.
Damodar, we should have a show all the devotees that are here. Or you just want to move the camera? Yeah. You haven't seen everyone who's here, at least before they all leave. They're getting hungry. They might run out and steal the pizza. So you can see everybody. Smile, everyone.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Have a little cup. I think that was for an elephant, that cup. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So one of the verses of Guru Ashtakam which Srila Prabhupada has referred in his various purports and lectures is verse 8. That is, Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasada. He says, only by the grace of spiritual master can we achieve the grace or mercy of Krishna. This is the meaning of Vyasa-Puja. That is offering obeisances by Parampara system. I will now request Guru Maharaj for his offerings to Srila Prabhupada.
Uh-oh, I'm supposed to find it? Oh. This whole thing is a surprise. It's one surprise after another. Oh no. I was wondering where this book, if they made a book this year. Hare Krishna. This is the Vyasa-Puja book for this year.
Radhapriya Mataji has presented to Guru Maharaj the Vyasa-Puja book that has been compiled for this year. I would like to thank all the devotees who have been involved in this compilation and making this wonderful book, and especially ensuring that it is completed in time for the Vyasa-Puja celebrations.
I just ask you to pray to Prabhupada that I live up to everything you say in this book. When a devotee is glorified, he is supposed to think, they're telling me how I'm supposed to act. This is handmade by Nadine, who does all our, she does all our layout. Kind of like the way books used to be, I guess. You can see the layout. And then the cover is it's put together with stitching. So I'm going to read my Vyasa-Puja, which I can't read this year's Vyasa-Puja because it hasn't been offered yet. I didn't think that was appropriate, but I'll read last year's. So every year I'll read the last year's because this year's isn't offered until Prabhupada's Vyasa-Puja. I just have to find it here. My dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Shamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschati Dasatani. You sit in Mayapur crying as you chant on your beads. You are in the temple at the home of Nandan Acharya, begging for blessings before your maiden voyage to America. The pujari, who had seen you before as a grihasta, at first doesn't recognize you in saffron. He comes closer and sees your tears. Now realizing it is you, he asks, "Why are you crying?" And you say, "My spiritual master has given me an order that I have no qualification to fulfill. I am simply begging for his mercy to fulfill that order." Srila Prabhupada, I am also burdened with a similar feeling. You have given me and all of us the impossible order to make the world Krishna conscious. And I haven't the slightest qualification to do this. I wish I had special powers to turn people into pure devotees of Krishna in the same way you did. I long for deep intelligence like yours so that I can understand how to bring the masses to Krishna's feet. If I only were empowered to do something significant for your Guru Maharaj, if I were only empowered to do something, is a typo. If I were only empowered to do something significant for your Guru Maharaj, the world is suffering and you have huge plans for saving it. Yet unfortunately, when you look at me, you can see that I have huge disqualifications to help you realize those plans. How much I want to understand your heart, your mood, your deepest desires. How much I want to know your vision for the future, your insights for establishing Varnashram. How much I long for the intelligence to reconcile the many controversies and paradoxes we face. But despite my disqualification, you still ask me to be a leader. This lack of qualification is painful to bear. Because you deserve better, and so does the world. Oh, the Spanish. I sometimes think that if I had to come back, let me be blessed with 100 times more purity, 100 times more sense control, 100 times more compassion, and 100 times more intelligence. But such wishful thinking is useless. So I ask you, Srila Prabhupada, can you bless me now with 100 times more purity, sense control, compassion, and intelligence? I really want to be an instrument in taking your movement to the next level. Yet without your blessings, I can't do much. Would you consider making me a puppet? I am willing. I am at your feet, a beggar crying for help to execute the impossible task you have given me. With tears in my eyes, I remain your worthless servant, Mahatma Das. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. That was so touching and feelings straight from the heart for your spiritual master. Thank you so much. So as Guru Maharaj mentioned in the beginning, the offerings for the Vyasa-Puja are in the book. This year we'll have the services that the devotees have done. We have received, I think, almost 40 videos of various services. I'm not sure we can show all of them. So we have split it. Some will be shown now and some will be shown in the session that's tomorrow, US time. And
everything the video will be sent out so everybody can see it. And
it's going to be uploaded on YouTube and everybody would have access to that. So, you know, even if we miss out something today, you can always watch it at your convenience.
And then
so
there's lots of devotees doing service that didn't make videos, and I'll also mention them maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes.
So the first one is by Prem Kishore Prabhu from Mexico. Gaurapriya Mataji, you can start playing the videos, please. Hare Krishna.
So can that be the full
Hare
screen?
Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Jai Gurudev, all glories to you on your Vyasa-Puja. So there are a few different services that we're doing here in Latin America. As everyone probably knows, we're using a platform called Mighty Networks. Sundari Radha had a really good idea. For whatever reason, we weren't able to do a meditation app, but she found a really nice platform that can house courses and create community groups in which we can put all of Gurudev's courses and do a lot of his programs there. So we're doing the same in Latin America. We have the meditation course up on the Mighty Networks platform in Spanish. And we're also putting up the forgiveness course, and we have some Bhagavad Gita intro courses and discussion groups. And we're looking to start promoting at the end of May, maybe early June. So we're pretty excited. So that's a quick update. Hare Krishna.
He's done lots of things. That's just one. That's just the latest. He recently did a forgiveness course in Spanish online. 1,200 people took the course. The Mantra Project was born in Mexico. That's been going on for like 8-9 years. And all the conceptions of Sattva started in Mexico with the group of devotees, and Prem Kishore, one of the main devotees, and the development of all our Sattva websites and media. It all went through him. So that was the tip of the iceberg. Hare Krishna.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Prem Kishore Prabhuji. The next video is by Sundari Radha Mataji from Australia.
The Mantra Project Australia originally was an outdoor weekly public program. We started with wanting to offer people kirtan, but also teaching them how to chant japa by the beach in Burleigh Heads in Queensland. At the start, the program was going well, but we soon realized that it was difficult to be able to have devotees maintain weekly attendance with being able to help run the program. And we kept having days where it just kept raining. So we decided to shift the program to Krishna Village at New Govardhan Farm, where we knew there was an abundance of visitors, volunteers, and yoga teacher training attendees who were not really exposed to the opportunity to learn how to chant japa. I remember Amrita Radhika telling me this story about her in front of the deities and praying to Srila Prabhupada that we would have the support that I think that we were really looking for in being able to run this program and maintain it. And it was really, really soon after that that Dee and Nick had expressed their interest. They'd heard about the Mantra Project and wanted to join. And it really was at that point where our family, our little Mantra Project team really, really felt complete. Like their energy and this new enthusiasm that they had really, really, I think, made this project take off. And so Dee, who is a vegan chef, she began preparing and serving the prasadam for the programs. And then Nick took over leading the kirtan and also presenting for parts of the teaching components. So it was a really, really wonderful, magical, transformational time for the project. And then everything stopped. No Mantra Project, no japa, no kirtan. All events were completely removed because of COVID-19. And we waited and waited some more. We even were able to resume the programs at one point, and we'd scheduled dates only to have it cancelled again. So then we waited again, and we waited some more. This went back and forth many times until eventually we were able to resume the programs again at Krishna Village. And then our family was back together. The 5 of us were able to resume the Mantra Project events, and I can really recall how excited we were to be able to do the program, and maybe how much we'd taken it for granted before when we had it taken from us to be able to resume. I remember all of us being so excited, enthusiastic, not wanting to wear any masks and be held back from being able to chant the holy names. And I just recall it was a really wonderful, uplifting time in terms of being able to come back together and share this program that Gurudev had given us.
Hi, my name is Shauna, and I've been going to the Mantra Project on and off for the past few months, and it has been an amazing experience for me. When I first started going to the Mantra Project, I was pretty new to Krishna consciousness and the philosophy and learning how to meditate and everything else. And as I continued to go, I learned so much. I learned about kirtan, I learned about meditation, I learned about chanting, I learned about philosophy, and I learned about the importance of community. I thought it was so great that I could get together with other people and share this. And it was a wonderful way to bring people together as well. I feel like I've grown so much by going to these groups. It's changed me in many ways. My meditation practice has improved so much, and my chanting with mala beads. And it's something that I continue to practice and I continue to work on. And I'll be continuing to go to these groups. So thank you so much. I absolutely recommend it. And it's a wonderful way to begin your journey or continue on your journey. And it's really made an impact for me. So thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Mantra Project Australia ki jai.
Jai. So the next video is on Sattva life.
Welcome to Sup for Life, the app. So as you can see, this is an app that we have in development that was born out of a need to have somewhere to send new people. So this app is designed and the strategy is aimed towards new people to Krishna consciousness. So when Gurudev has been out there preaching, or when we're running the mantra project, or even on book distribution, we don't really have a place that we could send new people looking to learn about meditation like japa, or to learn more about the philosophy. And so this app is being developed to have a single location for preachers, or for Gurudev, or for anyone that is just looking or interested in the types of things that we're offering on this app. So you'll notice that we have our courses that are in development that are on the app, like the meditation courses. Courses that will be in development will be in relationship to Gurudev's existing books. We will have a podcast. We're going to have access to health and wellness. We're going to be able to give opportunity for devotees to be able to offer their services via this app, things like coaching and also health and wellness, and sound healing, as well as kirtan. We're going to have private groups where there'll be reading groups, or groups that are in relationship to very specific things that might relate to personal development. This app functions very much like any other social media platform. There is a lot of space for getting to connect within community and really build a community, create friendships, a place for people to be able to go to where they can connect with other like-minded people, learn, and really get support that they need while they're learning about these new opportunities that are related to, say, japa, kirtan, philosophy, and community. So you'll see in the coming pages a little bit of a look into what the app looks like currently, and the different things that we're going to be offering on it. And the devotees that are working on the app is Prem Kishore, Sri Radha, Nick, and myself. And of course, Gurudev has been pretty involved. So we all really look forward to you being able to use the app yourself as far as preaching goes, and also for your own needs. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
As I said, when you forgive, you cut that bond. You're free from the influence that person has on you, and they definitely. You'll get the rest of the course.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for that update on the app. It's going to be very useful for devotees to progress on this path of Krishna consciousness under the guidance of Guru Maharaj. Next is a video by...
She took up the mantra project herself. She just got inspired, and we've been working for years on strategizing, and this app is kind of the first, the best thing that has solidified the many ideas we've had, and also with Prem Kishore. And we've been talking about this for years and years and years. Sometimes things take a while to gel. So I'm really happy about this, because when I would go out and I would speak to audiences, I didn't have any place to send them. It's like, what do I do now? I liked your lecture. What do I do now? I don't know. Do whatever you want. I'm out of here. No, I needed a place to go where it would be relevant for them, and it would follow up with what we're teaching. So this is just the beginning. We're working on other things also. Strategizing in other ways in different avenues. And so all the different ways will support one another. And one day it's going to explode. And the whole world will be shaking with the holy name. Okay. All right, next video. So what we're going to do, listen to me say one thing, what we're going to do, it's late here. Well, depends what time you go to bed. It's not, if you go to bed at midnight, it's not late. If you go to bed at 9 o'clock, it is late. So in order that we don't go too long and we can continue the program here in Alachua, we're going to serve prasadam and you don't have to do anything. Just sit there and it will come to you because we want to keep the focus. We don't want to break up the focus. So take prasadam. The program's not over. We're just going to feed you so we can keep going and just don't talk amongst yourself and say how good this pizza is. And too bad you're not with us here. You know, next year you can come fly into Alachua if you like. So yeah, you can continue Dinanath. We'll also be eating while we're listening.
Yeah, hearing of pizzas, I'm hungry, but we'll continue. So the next video is from Anuradha Mataji, Mexico.
Only by your mercy, beloved Guru Maharaj, we are the Latin America Mahatma's service team. We are divided by translation, transcription, media, japa workshops, video editing, music edition, and locution. Jai Prabhupada. And translation and transcription, we do live classes, recording, documents, books, audio. And this team is formed with Rasika and Anuradha from Mexico, Gurapriya, Gopinath, Stuti-Priya, Ananda from Chile, all of them from Chile, and Ashwini from South Africa. For your WhatsApp group distribution, Andrea from Argentina is in charge of it. Anuradha from Mexico is in charge of Facebook, and we have more than 3,000 followers and more than 100,000 interaction posts. Slater from Peru and Anuradha from Mexico, we are in charge of 400. We are in charge of YouTube with more than 1,000 plays for videos and 400 subscribers. From Chile is in charge of Instagram posts, and we have more than 1,000 followers and interaction posts of more than 18,000 and reel for more than 5,000 interaction. The main interaction countries are Chile, Argentina, Mexico. Spotify, we have Spotify Slater up in the channel, and we have more 24,000 plays. SoundCloud, Mahatma Das in Espanol, you have more than 100 followers and almost 300 tracks. Nitai from Chile is in charge of that. Daniela from Chile, she's starting doing posts from Mantra Project and Facebook, and now we have more than 6,000 followers, 5,000 likes, and we have reached more than 22,000 people. For the daily Japa sessions, Lakshmi Priya from Mexico is in charge of promoting it. And Gurpriya from Chile is in charge of open and manage the Zoom sessions. And the Japa workshops from Latin America, we have Bhakta Oscar, Shruti Priya, Anuradha, and Rasika. For video editing, we have Nitai, Rasika, and Slater, and they do amazing job putting subtitles and video editing. And for music, we have Susana from Mexico. She is adapting the Brahma Sanghita for orchestra. And we have Satulai from Chile, Gora Priya is in charge of that. And we are sure this is going to be a great success for the Satulai team. Thank you so much for your mercy, beloved Gurudev. We love you so much. And Jai Prabhupada.
Haribol, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anuradha. We also love you so much.
The next video is by Bader Soma Prabhu from Canada.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So, Badr and I tentatively are planning to go away for a few weeks to Hawaii, Maui, and write the Prabhupada book, because he's been editing a lot of my stuff and going back and forth. And as I don't know if you picked it up, but a lot of the courses that are going online, he looked over, he went through them, he edited them, he gave advice. We just finished the vows course that will go up soon. And so he's really been helpful. And so I need someone to help me, just keep me seated in a seat all day so I can write, and also to go back. So I'll write, he'll edit, we'll discuss. Because it's something that needs to be done, but it's not always easy to do. So that's a tentative plan, depending on getting approval from the better half. I think it's the first time this is the first time you heard about that? You can come also. Okay, Dinanath.
Hare Krishna, that was wonderful. The next video is from Manjari in India.
Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranam, Kesula Prabhupada, Om Jnana Trivandasya, Jnananjana Shalakaya, Chakshurvanmilitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadagava, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Which process is the perfect? The one who worships the Brahman form. Brahman form means impersonal. Many people believe that God has no form. Right? Is that correct? Or someone who worships Krishna?
दिव्यम एवं यो वेति तत्त्वतः तक्तान्तेयं पुनर्जन्म नेति मामेति सोजिना. Whoever knows the nature of Lord Krishna's birth and activities after death, they do not take another birth in this world, but they will go to the supreme planet Goloka. Hare Krishna, Jai Narasimhadev. अहो बिलं नारसिंहं गत्वा रामः प्रतापवान् नमस्कृत्वा श्रीनृसिंहम् अस्तौषित् कमलापतिं गोविन्द केशव जनार्दन वासुदेव मधुसूदन विश्वरूपा श्री पद्मनाभ पुरुषोत्तमा पुष्कराक्षा नारायण अच्युतान् नृसिंहं नमो नमस्ते. जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन कालिंदी जमुना जय जय महावन. Radharani cooks so nicely for Krishna. Not a night and dash it every day is a feast. So new treat.
This little milk only we need, and this lemon. Very little milk is needed. It's okay. Ball shape. Face of Lord Krishna, zigzag for his hair part, spiral lines is his hair. Now flute with yellow ochre and smile with red.
In Vrindavan forest, when Krishna starts playing his flute, all the animals get attracted towards him. Let's see. I made the model of the Jaladuta ship in which Srila Prabhupada traveled to New York. Srila Prabhupada built 108 temples all over the world in 12 years. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much Gurudev. It's only due to your blessings and mercy I am trying to serve children through activities of ISKCON Chennai. Thank you so much.
Rasa Manjari ki jai. She slaved away all last night, all today, along with her helpers to make prasadam. Where is she? Serving? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Continue, Dinanath.
Yeah. So the next video is by Krishna Premi Mataji.
That's
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Guru
Premi, not
Maharaj.
Tanisha.
Please accept my humble obeisances. So glorious to Srila Prabhupada. And happy Vyasa-Puja day for you. I'm also going to share the services I did to you since last Vyasa-Puja day, and also some services I did for
Damodar,
ISKCON.
can you make it
And
louder?
for this I have the list because otherwise it would be very difficult to remember it. So yeah, for you, ever since last Vyasa-Puja celebration, I organized some Lithuanian classes with Lithuanian translation. I also was a translator for one Japa retreat and promoter for two of them. Also managing your Instagram for almost 2 years now, and I'm very happy to share that it grew from 2,000 to 6,000 followers, so that's very exciting. I also transcribed some lectures of yours, did book distribution. I distributed your books here in Lithuania. I also managed Lithuanian Facebook page, but now it's being managed by other siblings. And me and a couple of other devotees, we organized the Seva database for you so you know who is doing what. And for ISKCON in general, I spent half a year living in ashram this year, so I did a lot of Seva there. I also served at Sabha for half a year, and I did book distribution as well, served at Baltic Vaishnava Festival, and I also gave a couple of Srimad Bhagavatam classes at the temple. And lastly, I always had some constant service at the temple, so before I used to always wash and iron Prabhupada's clothes and do garlands, and currently I'm making garlands for Srila Prabhupada and for the deities. So that's much about it, to cut it short, and I'm excited to hear about the services of other siblings. Thank you very much for everything, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna Premi. And I was sidetracked by the pizza. I forgot to honor all the wonderful service Manjari is doing, because the pizza came right at the end. My mind was moving. Thank you both for your seva.
Thank you very much. The next is a quick synopsis of the various Japa retreats that we have conducted last year.
The house does. Who's next?
Gaurapriya, are you showing the video of Japa retreats? Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to our beloved Guru Maharaj and all the devotees who are gathered today on this auspicious day of the Vyasa-Puja celebrations of our Guru Maharaj. To spread the glories of the holy name and help the devotees improve their japa and thereby progress on the path of Krishna consciousness, our Guru Maharaj conducted various online japa retreats from April to October 2021, last year. On behalf of all the devotees who were involved in serving Guru Maharaj for these retreats, I give a short synopsis of these retreats. The first level 1 retreat was held in the month of April. The response was so overwhelming that it was followed by 7 more level 1 retreats in June, July, and October. So a total of 8 level 1 retreats were conducted. These were followed by 2 level 2 retreats in October. Around 3,500 participants from more than 40 countries across the world participated in the retreats. For the benefit of the participants from various countries, the retreats were, apart from English language, simultaneously translated in various languages like Spanish, Russian, Bhasa, that is Indonesian, Chinese, Japanese, and a few Indian languages like Hindi, Tamil, and Bengali. The participants were provided with various materials as to how to uplift your japa, japa affirmations, tools for japa self-evaluation, and guided meditations, which they found to be immensely useful. More than 600 questions were asked by the participants during the retreats. These were then consolidated into around 80 questions and further grouped into specific topics like mechanics of chanting, concentration, mood of chanting, time to chant, desires, tastes, etc. All the questions were answered in videos and audios. The answers to these questions have also been transcribed and available as Word documents. The feedback from the participants was very encouraging. Many mentioned that the retreats have helped them to transform their japa, take it to the next level. It has helped them to improve their relationship with the holy names and thereby in their journey of Krishna consciousness. Around 50 devotees from various countries have been involved in various services for the retreats, like translations, making banners, posters, videos, advertising material, managing WhatsApp groups, host and co-host activities during the retreats, transcribing the videos, and so on. A big Haribol to all the devotees involved in services, and our gratitude to Guru Maharaj for untiringly conducting these retreats for the benefit of devotees around the world. Hare Krishna.
Dinanath was our host most of the time.
Thank you for the opportunity to be
We
of
had
some
so
service.
many devotees working on that. There's about 40 devotees behind the
Tuvimos
scenes
muchos
to make it happen.
Next is a video by Janki Mataji.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you on this glorious occasion of your Vyasa-Puja. I'm making this video to try to describe some of the services that I've rendered over this last year and a half or so that I've lived at Krishna House. And some of the services have been personal, like I've transcribed a lot of videos from your lectures, your classes. I've edited some of your written documents. I've made flyers for different programs and like kirtan events that you've held. And I've also helped paint and organize Sattva World Headquarters, aka your workspace. And then my main service at Krishna House is that I help with Krishna Lunch, which is a prasadam distribution program where we serve anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 plates of prasadam to the UF students Monday through Friday. And then also this last semester I was the outreach creative director, where I was helping kind of manage the preaching programs that we put on at Krishna House. And more directly, I was hosting and managing Taco Tuesday, which was an event that you've graced us with, you've come. At first it started with just 10 students, and then eventually it grew to 40 to 50 students. We talked about things like Gita values, stress, the matrix, and when you came, you gave an amazing meditation workshop for these students who were brand new, didn't know anything. It really just impacted them, and they talk about it even now. And so I've helped organize some of the retreats that you've done in the area, in the Florida area, in Texas. And I also, because of those meditation workshops, those japa workshops, been very inspired to start another program at Krishna House, this Japa Sangha, where I invite any residents or new people who want to come and chant together and listen to one of your guided meditations, and try to really have an intentional, deep japa experience where they're attentive and focused and really connecting with Krishna. And in the future, in the near future, like tomorrow, I will be going on traveling Sankirtan, where I hope that, again, I can take everything that you've taught me, all these techniques, all of your wisdom that you've shared, and I hope that I can somehow convey it to people I've never met before and inspire them to chant the holy names and connect to Krishna in this way. And I also am looking forward to, in the future, editing your book on humility, which I'm so excited about, and hopefully we can have many other services that you will engage me in. Thank you so much for just inspiring me so much and engaging me in the service of Srila Prabhupada and in this mission. And yeah, you've really changed my life for the better. I am so grateful and just forever in debt. I hope that really I can render some kind of service that is helpful and useful to you someday. Hare Krishna, thank you. Happy Vyasa-Puja.
Thank you, Janaki. She's right here. She's live and in color. I was part of a group called Krishna Fest. And Janaki, if you were on Krishna Fest, you would be known as a trooper, a real trooper. We'll just go out and do whatever one has to do. So I gave Janaki, I don't know, 40, 50-page workbook on humility course that I taught, but I never could teach the whole thing because it was so long. And I said, here's the workbook. And I gave her all the lectures and I go, make a book. So that's, if you can do that, you get bonus points. 5 rascals. Because the retreats should be in books form also. And so, but it's a big job and I can't do it all alone. And if any of you are inspired to write a book from a course, just call me up. Oh, sorry. It's time to cut the cake. Oh my God, that's a bead. That's a japa bag on top. And the beads are what? The beads are cacao beans or something. We'll have to Damodar, we have to get the camera on the cake. The camera on the cake. Oh, no, we want to, I'm gonna, a lot isn't everybody, yeah. That japa, what's the japa bead bag made out of? That's not a real japa bag. So I don't know if we should eat our japa beads. I don't know if that's bona fide. I know you're supposed to worship them, but we'll take them as prasadam, I guess. One time they gave Prabhupada a cookie of in the shape of a cow. He goes, I'm not going to eat a cow. So I'm worried about the japa bead. Anyway, I'll cut around the beads. Cake has been cut. Dinanath, you can continue.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So the next is a
Hare
video by Anandamai Mataji from Australia.
Okay, the next video.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, wishing you a wonderful Vyasa-Puja on this
Oh.
very special day.
You have to be able to
And
hear
Hare
this.
Krishna to all the assembled devotees. My name is Anandamayi Devi Dasi, and I am from Sydney, Australia. This is my service report. I'd like to start off with my Instagram page. So I use this as a forum to share mantra meditation to people from all over the world. If you've not followed this page, please do so. The handle is Anandamayi_sound healing. And on this page, I share mantra, I share bhakti, I share Gurudev's books, and I share even talks. This one is on the Bhagavad Gita, and it's very much for the mantra enthusiast or people very new to spirituality. So if you haven't followed it, please do so. I have a website, which I also share mantra meditation. On this website, I do have a Bhakti Books section, which I've had quite a few people from Sydney purchase books from this website. And as you see here, I've got all of Gurudev's books featured on here. Aside from Instagram, I do live events. This particular one here is with a fellow devotee, Seva Devi from our community. And this is a wonderful forum I have found. It might be for yoga students who might not be ready for kirtan or might not be ready to come and chant. So this delivery, they're very receptive. This particular footage, this community, they were a little bit older and they were very interested. You know, they came up to me after, what was the language you were singing? What did those words mean? And it was a wonderful preaching forum to people who might not necessarily come to a chanting event. Now, this is my book. This book is a beginner's guide to mantra meditation and 30-day journal. So if we have a look at the contents of this book, just coming down here, this book is a guide. It really does feature all the information that I'd wish I knew when I first began. So it's for the newbie. It has information such as what a mantra is, what a mantra meditation practice is, the benefits, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, what is Bhakti Yoga, Japa meditation. It has a step-by-step guide on how to meditate on beats, and it has a journaling section for deep reflections. I hope to have this released very soon, and it'll be something that I'm going to take out into yoga studios. As well as that, I've got a new album coming out, and I'm going to play just the next, 30 seconds of a new track that I do have on this album. Thank you so much for everyone's service, and Hare Krishna.
Jaya
Anandamayi Devi Dasi ki jai. So she sent me lots of her music, and I would listen to everything, give her feedback. And I said, I gotta step it up a little bit. We need a producer. And she went out and got a producer and did her new album. And it was much better. I'm very happy with it. And that mantra meditation guide is exactly what we should have done for the mantra project, but somehow or other we didn't do it. And you did it. And that is so important, so valuable. So definitely we're looking forward to it and putting it on our app, selling the book or incorporating it in classes we do. Thank you for doing that. We have an amazing crew of female disciples, musicians. And Anandamayi sang on the Govinda Madhyapusham, the new Brahma Samhita that should come out next month. So we have so many, Leela Shakti, Ananda from London, Jasodamayi from Lithuania, and a few more in there. I always dream coming together, all come together here in Alachua and create a choir. Like, 'cause they're really incredible. I mean, they're professional. Okay, thank you, Anandamayi. That was wonderful. When I'm in Sydney, I stay at her house, and she just gives me her whole house to take over, basically. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, thank you so much. That was wonderful. The next is a video by Leela Rani Mataji from China.
Oh, China.
Gurudev Ripabindudiya Oroe Dasi Dinapakaya Sehina Gurudev Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Oroe Dasi Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Gurudev Ripabindudiya Oroe Dasi Dinapakaya Sakala Sahane Aladiya Koro Nijamanis Vihari Sakala Sahane Aladiya Koro Nijamanis Vihari Sakala Sahane Aladiya Koro Nijamanis Vihari Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Sakale Samana Varite Shamati Ehonata Jata Sakale Sama Horide Sakati Ehonata Jata Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Abhidhakaivo Harinama Sukhe Aparada Hare Abhidhakaivo Harinama Sukhe Aparada Hare Abhidhakaivo
Thank you, Leela Rani. China is a unique place in the world, and spreading Krishna consciousness there is much different than spreading in other places. I once went to a Buddhist retreat center to teach them meditation. And I said, so we have beads. Do you need beads? And they said, no, everybody had beads on their wrist. And they said, okay, we're going to teach you how to chant. And they immediately just like go into samadhi. And then I did a program in another retreat center. And it was on japa. And I told them, well, I will be here at 5 a.m. chanting my rounds. I didn't think anybody would come because the program started at 7. And when I got there, everybody was there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And they just sit there for 2 hours. They're used to doing that. So most of the people who come to Krishna consciousness in China come from a Buddhist background or an atheist background. Sounds like we're hearing Chinese right now. Oh, we can't cut the interference on this one. It's Spanish, Espanol. The news from. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. So, Radha Priya, how much longer should we go? 15 minutes? So we'll go 15 more minutes, and then whatever videos we don't see today, we will watch tomorrow. And like I said, so many devotees doing so many services. And that was just so many devotees in China doing so many things that we can't mention all of them. But they take their mission seriously. They're good examples. They take initiative and they do things. I don't even ask them, and I come back and go, here, this book's translated, this book's translated. You know, so that's nice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. The next video is from Russia by Victoria Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, dear siblings. So as others, I also would like to share my services that I was doing for the past year. And the first and the most important announcement is that the Guru Maharaj book is finally ready in Lithuanian language. And for the past year, I was working on editorial work and doing some proofreading. So very happy about the service. Also this year, 2 weeks I spent in Vrindavan and was serving Guru Maharaj directly. It was very inspiring experience. I'm very happy about that. And also for 2 years actually, I'm leading a Bhakti women support group. This is online group for the women who don't have a temple in their cities, but still needs this community, still needs the growth and the for some just to talk to someone. So we are meeting every week or every other week and just do some kirtan, read Bhagavad Gita, talk, help each other. In our group we have 40 women and we have around like 10-15 very active members. So some women for the first time they were reading Bhagavad Gita and commenting to each other. Some of them were first time trying to lead the kirtan or to do some other services. So with the blessings of Guru Maharaj, I hope that this group will continue to grow. Also, I'm from Klaipėda, from city in Lithuania, so we have a Bhakti center there. So I'm trying to go there at least once a week, and I'm doing some services. Just there and there, so if I'm asked to sing a little bit of kirtan or to lead Srimad Bhagavatam class or any other services. And the last services that I did in the last year, I helped 4 Vaishnavas to get hired in the international company that I'm part of. So I'm just happy that I helped some people just to find a job, just to find a way to support their families. So thank you very much. I'm so happy to be a part of this wonderful family. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Wow, I didn't know it's almost ready in Lithuanian. Yeah, she works for a banking company and she's got 4 devotees' jobs there. which pay quite well in Lithuanian currency, especially if you stay longer. You'll get rich. You'll be rich by Lithuanian standards. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So
I
the next
also have to
video is
mention, she's a good cleaner. She got our apartment ready. Her and Bilma got our apartment ready before we came to Vrindavan. They're good. She likes to clean. She's very good at cleaning. Okay, the next is
by Vladimir Prabhu from Russia.
Jai Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. You are a great teacher and guru. You have a lot of disciples. You know the holy scriptures very well, and you are always very polite. You are a sincere disciple of Srila Prabhupada. I would like to thank you for your support and help in my spiritual life, your guidance and instructions. I try to implement your instructions. I'm not always a winner, but I do my best. Regarding my serve, during this period of time, I serve in the garden for Tulsi in our Moscow temple in the street of Kusinyan. Usually once per week, I'm always there. Also, I participate in our studying center of Bhaktivedanta, the course of Srimad Bhagavatam. Usually it's also once per week. We have lessons there. I try to implement all your instruction. Sometimes it's very difficult, but I try to do it. Also, I help some devotees when they ask me regarding the Tulsi services. I also participate and lead Mangala Arati once per week. Each Sunday we meet to each other with devotees and do Mangala Arati as far as we understand how to do it. Also, I serve my family. I support them and try to give them some knowledge which I got from my teachers. Sometimes when somebody asks me regarding the ISKCON, I also try to explain the Krishna consciousness to them. I try to give them this knowledge, which I know, which I got from Srila Prabhupada's books, from you. So I think the most. Also, yes. Also, I try to spread the prasadam to everybody, at least for people who accept it. So if I just suggest them prasadam as well. I think, yes, sometimes, sometimes also I participate in the services in the temple, in our temple, during my services in Tulsi Garden. I participate in the daily services during the day. Also, I helped several times to cook in our temple for deities. So I think that's almost everything what I have done recently. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Of course, in Lithuania and Russia, they're not watching this now because it's the wrong time. It would have been nice to show that tomorrow. Anyway, we have time for one or two more.
So we have Alina from Germany.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj, and Hare Krishna, all other devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I feel really honored that I have the opportunity to show you now my projects that I did last year. And first of all, I would really want to say thank you to my Guru Maharaj, to you, for all your encouragement and your support and your empathic listening and giving me advices. It helped me a lot. I think without your support, I wouldn't have ever finished these projects. So thank you. It's just because of your mercy. Yeah, because just of that it was possible. So last year I started to write and illustrate children's stories, but it's not only children's stories, it's Vedic stories for children and adults. And I would like to show you now the first 2 books that are ready right now. This is the story about a sparrow who laid some eggs on the shore of the ocean, and then the ocean stole the eggs. So the sparrow started to dry up the ocean. And of course he could not be successful, but he still stayed determined and prayed to Garuda. So Garuda came, and the ocean gave the sparrow his eggs back. So he was very happy, and the story has also some moral thoughts. And the second book I would like to show very shortly, it's Puna Mushikabhava. It's about the mouse who wanted to become a cat with the help of a yogi, and then of course it was not good enough, so she wanted to become a dog, and after a dog she wanted to become a tiger, and in the end, because this tiger was not thankful, the yogi transformed it back into a mouse. So maybe you know the story. And there's also another service that I did.
In German.
It is to paint the japa affirmations. And here you can see already how they look like on the paper. Of course, later there will be also there will be some edits on the computer with programs.
Each affirmation is
So
going to go
that
on
in
a
the
picture.
end they can look like this or something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for looking. Hare Krishna.
So I'm not sure how we're going to do that. She's in Germany. She's from Russia, but she's in Germany. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe little cards to put in your japa bead and have a card every day and just take it out and meditate on it, something like that. Hare Krishna. No me gusta. No me gusto. Un problema aquí. We have interference. Yeah. Hare Krishna. I guess if we don't have these speakers on. So Damodar, if we don't have the speakers on, they can still hear me online? Yeah. No. Well, we're going to do 2 more because we have the people here. So Stephanie and Ryan, can you step up to the plate over here so everybody can see you? Come over here. So Sri Radha had sent me it sent me a YouTube of this guy who teaches how to do TED Talks, and he was saying that if your TED Talk goes viral or you get a lot of hits, then people will naturally want to call you up, put them on you go on their show, and this, and then you advertise your courses and your books. So I thought you could take years to build your social media up. Why not just get on TED and do it all in one talk? or a few talks. So I came up with lots of ideas, and I don't know how it was that you two ended up on the team. Do you remember how it happened? And that's when I started talking about it. As soon as I got off the plane and got in the car, it was on my mind. I was talking about it. So Ryan has been an actor since he was in his diapers, I guess, and also a writer. And Stephanie worked also in Hollywood and in animation, and so it's very visual. So we started working together. Because a TED Talk is like, it's basically a story or almost a drama. So Ryan's got creative ideas about the drama. You can turn off the speakers, I'll just speak loud. So yeah, you can hear me, right? So we've been going through this with the idea that the biggest TED Talk is 10 million or 11 million. So the idea is, can we get 15 million? I mean, you know, whatever. If it doesn't, we're like, well, if it doesn't work, we just made 30 videos yesterday on this topic to go on Twitter and Instagram. So we'll have a course, we'll have a book, because all the work we had to do for the TED Talk is just enabling us to do all the social media presentation. So they're the team, they're making it happen. And we came up with an idea yesterday to start what, Instagram page, TikTok, and I'll be called the Bliss Guy, because the TED Talk is going to be all about how to be happy. So I'm going to be called the Bliss Guy. And one of our mottos under it is God bliss. So, you know, we'll say different things, and under it'll say God bliss. So we talk all about happiness, materialism, finding happiness within, etc. And it opens up to so many discussions. So this is the team right here. Hollywood, watch out, here we come. Yeah, yeah, follow the Bliss Guy. The Bliss Guy. I'll be walking down the street. The Bliss Guy. I've seen you on TikTok. I don't think I even have a TikTok. Oh, I must have a TikTok account, but I don't go on. I'm too old for that. Anyway. So, and then we have, okay, you guys are finished. Next, we have Hugo here. The one and only. Come here, Hugo, so we can. Hugo is a man of many talents. You have to look that way. Hugo's a man of many talents. So we met here in Alachua, how many months ago? 2 months ago. And he wanted to do some service. I said, what do you do? He said, I can do videos, I can do audio, I can write. And I've always had this idea to take things that I've taught in classes or made longer videos and make them short into 30 seconds, 1 minute, like that. And I have so much content because I've given so many classes during COVID. So then I thought, we need the Japa channel, just little 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute Japa, just like those things I say. And sometimes it could be in a Bhagavatam class, it could be in the Japa course, it could be specifically a little video I did about Japa. So I gave everything to him and I said, we need 52. And start with 26 and we'll open the Japa channel. So he's been working on that. And he's quite busy, he's in the Navy. And he's also an excellent writer. So definitely when he has more time, he'll be hired for ghostwriting. All you have to do is watch the videos of the courses, write the book, and get the material. So it's anyone who's done this kind of work with the seminars I've done really likes it, because obviously you have to get into it. So I have to, Indra Swami told me to write books. I saw him a month ago. Every time he sees me, he says, write books. And the only way I can do it is to give material to devotees to help me. And then I'll go over it. So Hugo, we have big plans for you. I won't ask you to go AWOL, but if I could, I would. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And where's Radha Priya? Come here. Everyone out there must know Radha Priya by now, but I don't know if they've seen you. Anyway, the first thing is, Radha Priya was one of the main organizers of this event. Guru Nishna also helped her, and she gathered other devotees. And Radha Priya is also what we would call a trooper, and kind of like when I need something done, I just call her up. Can you do it? I mean, she lives in Alachua. It's easier. So she's kind of the go-to person when I need things. Then my computer doesn't work. What do we do? I'm locked out of this account. What do we do? Like that. So, so we want to thank her for organizing this and all the service she does. Hare Krishna. Radha Priya ki jai. And of course, you want to see the cook. So the cook is now just everybody loves the cook. Come, but Devavan, why don't you come? Because I want to talk about this. So Rasa, tomorrow we're having a program in the afternoon for my godbrothers and godsisters on my birthday, because you're supposed to feed people on your birthday. So they're going to be cooking for that and helping that with that. But I had a special project, which was very time consuming. I had videos, you know, those little old videos on tape, the digital videos when they first came out. I had since, I don't know, 1996 or something, videos. My wife and I in India, and then when our daughter was born, her birthday parties and all that. And I was like, can you digitize it? Can you get this all on a hard drive? Because it was like, how many tapes were there? Like 30? 25 hours. Yeah, 25, 30 hours. Each tape's like an hour or two. Must be more. So I said, do you know how to do this? He said, yeah, we'll do it. And they did it. We're just waiting for the hard drive. It's in the car. Oh my God, the hard drive. Before she gave it, she said, can I watch everything? And, you know, so there's some cool stuff there, you know, it was like 45, 46, 47 in Vrindavan. Was I thinner then? Can't tell. I think I was. Yeah. I look younger than I do now. When those, yeah. So we'll probably release some of that here and there. Maybe you can help, you know, find the good spots, and then we'll release it. And so Devavan's from Gainesville, and Rasa Manjari, who was Rosa the other day, now went from Rosa to Rosha. If you're in Bengal, Rosha. Not Russia, Russia Manjari. And somehow or other, this guy ended up in Finland and kidnapped this girl and brought her back to Alachua. So here she is. Now she can't get back to Finland because during the visa, they won't let you out of the country. So she also likes to garden, and she also does rap. Finnish style, yeah. I don't know what else she does, but I'm sure she does other things. Hare Krishna. So, yes, thank you all. And this is Nandarani. You want to come? Come over here. Nandarani is had to leave Ukraine. She's from Ukraine, and her sister lives in California, so she flew into Mexico, came to California, and we have a joke now. She said, "I always wanted to be here for your Vyasa-Puja," and I said, it was you who inspired Putin, because without that war, she wouldn't. There's no reason to leave Ukraine, you know. So it was you who inspired Putin by your desire. So if you want to blame anyone for the war, it's not Putin's fault. It's her fault. You know, and she's kind of liking it here in Alachua. I told her she should apply to UF or Santa Fe. She could move here, stay in Krishna House. So anyway, we planted the seed. So she was in Mayapur when we lived there with her family. That's where she learned English. And her father is staying in the Ukraine to distribute prasadam, and he's been very generous with me, financially helps me a lot. So we're happy that she's here. And we have, we have our guided meditations, and she might be able to do them in Russian because we have a studio here. I have a studio, so she's decided to stay a little longer. We're gonna see if she can do the guided meditations in Ruski, like that. So that's gonna be nice. Hare Krishna. And then Gopi Jivana is coming from South Africa, and we're setting the seeds for setting up Sattva World Headquarters here. If anyone wants to move to Alachua, we'll set up the World Headquarters. I mean, it's already here. It's a shed with 2 offices. That's the World Headquarters. But every big company has that first picture, right? Of the, now there's so many places to rent here in Alachua, downtown, that aren't expensive. We can set up offices. So anyway, that's what we were thinking. Okay, I think we'll have to end for now. We will see you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. We'll see more of the video. And maybe I'll talk a little more about Grow a Disciple tomorrow. We didn't have time today. And stay inspired. Thank you for attending. It's nice to see all of you. And before we go, show your lotus face. And then you can all turn on your video. Everybody can see you. And then Damodar, you can, once we see all the videos, you can scroll. I have no idea that. Taiwan. I mean, some of the names you kind of know where they are because they sound Chinese or Russian. You can't pronounce them well, it's, one of those countries. But can you scroll, Damodar? Can we scroll? See everybody. Okay, everyone, put your videos on. Don't be afraid. I can't put them on. I'm in my pajamas. Hare Krishna. There's Atmananda from Mexico, the one and only. Hare Krishna. Leela Shakti from South Africa. And Kavita from Delaware. Corpriya from Chile. Gina Govinda from Mexico. Krishnakanta Gopalini from Brazil, who lived in Mayapur for many years. Stephanie from Michigan. Harmony Collective, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Sita Devi from China. Karen from Chile. Sundari Radha, from Australia. Tomorrow we're going to try to play. Katie just did the Brahma Samhita version. It's amazing. Like, you're going to love it. And there's Sureshwar from Bangalore. I stay at his house when we go there. Tanya from Croatia. And I don't know. There's Shringa Chaitanya, part of the Mantra Project in Australia. And we're on this screen. I can't see any other people. Dustin Cox is Devananda. Oh, you went. No, okay, go one again. He disappeared. Nidhi, where are you, Nidhi, now? In India or in the Middle East or somewhere in between? Somewhere in between. Yeah, you're in India, right? Or Middle East?
In India.
And there's Jayashree and Toshan from the Netherlands, and Manjari from Chennai. And there's Hemant, who serves me hand and foot in India. He lives very close to Vrindavan, almost practically on the way, right on the road. And then we don't see the other pictures, but we have Italy represented with Marco, Danishta, China, Lily Pink, China, you could tell. Nadia, she's now in Mayapur from Russia. Like that. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. Some of you are staying up really late. And there's Dustin. Dustin's Devananda. He's in Las Vegas, of all places. There is a temple in Las Vegas, believe it or not. And on your next vacation to Las Vegas, you have your connection there. He'll keep you safe. Hare Krishna. They just had a colors festival in Las Vegas, right? Yeah. Hare Krishna to all of you. And we will see you tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Now, Damodar, you can end everything. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. So I want to see all of you next year in Mayapur. Deal? Shake on it? Make a deal?
Haribol.
Oh, I have some news for you. Okay, I have to tell you a story. It's kind of transcendental. I think Krishna wants me to spend a lot of time in Mayapur. So when we were in Mayapur, there's this place called Gora Village, which is totally eco-friendly village. Banaswami has a place there. Bhakti Raghuva Maharaj has a place there. It's like you can only build with natural materials. It's like like way out in the middle of nowhere along the Jalangi, super quiet. It's so beautiful, eco village. So our next door neighbor said, there's a man who has land there. There's a waiting list of 88 people. There's 109 plots sold. There's a waiting list of 88 people. There's no way to get a plot there unless they buy more land. And he said, there's this guy who wants to sell land. He'll sell it for what he bought it for. And our neighbor says, you want to get it? You want to get it? And our neighbor just sold his house. He said, well, I can buy the land and you can pay me back later. So I said, okay, why not? So he's negotiating the deal now, and the land values went so high here. I don't know why, but they skyrocketed. So we're trying to get a home equity loan. And with that home equity loan, we can split the land costs, and then we have land in Mayapur. Is that cool, or is that cool? And all we have to do is build it, when the money comes, and we'll have a permanent residence there. So I guess I'm going to be spending more time in Mayapur. What do you think? Yeah, sounds good. So can you all come to Mayapur next year? Around, February or so, January, February, or something like that. And we'll have a big retreat and go all over the place. It'll be ecstatic. So get out your piggy banks, start saving money, put in your piggy banks, we'll all go together. Okay. Oh, and latest news is our book, Spiritual But Not Religious, is in the last stages. The cover was finalized. We're getting approval from Vyasa-Puja Prabhu, which covers he likes. It's going to be printed by the BBT. All the illustrations were done. And so our next step, aside from publishing, is to make on the app a place for people who read the book can go. And I'm creating guided meditations for every chapter. I already created 2 guided meditations. They're really, really nice. And then we're going to do extra talks on each chapter. So people get the book, they go to the site, they get more. So that's coming out. Brahma Samhita was promised to be mixed in early June. So it's a whole upgrade from the other Brahma Samhita. And I can't remember. There's probably other things, but I can't remember right now what's happening. But anyway, the Bliss Guru will be coming out soon to your local TikTok once we finalize and get Sundari Radha's approval that I can be called the Bliss Guru. And Sri Radha's and Prem Kishore's and a few of you. The Bliss Guru, God bless. Okay. Hare Krishna. Oh, yes. And Tanya is working. She's also being ghostwriter. She's writing a book on the how the psychological problems that affect spirituality and the problems that show up something like that, because she's a psychologist and she's very smart. So she's doing that. So that's going to be exciting. Thank you all for your wonderful service to Prabhupada. So nice to be here with you. We'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Okay, now we're actually going to leave. We just have, I can't click leave, only Damodar. Damodar, you can click leave anytime you want. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've gone. We did it. Thank you.